Hello, everyone, and welcome to Race 4 of the 2024 CFRL Cup Series playoffs. Tonight, we start the Gordon round at the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm Ryan. We're at Bristol, the last great Coliseum, but considering that it's a short track, I feel like it's more of a bull ring than a Coliseum. Don't you agree?
Earlier this year, we raced at Bristol where the four car had won, and it was a lot of tempers being flared. And now that this is a playoff race, I think even more angry drivers are going to come through this field. Recapping to Bristol, I believe halfway through the race, the nine car was probably looking like the car to beat. He was in the lead by a pretty far margin as the four was trying to chase him down, but the lobby had some issues and we had to restart, and I gave the four car the win. So tonight, what do you think is going to happen?
Race. I don't really see at a specific point in the race where they would do that. But of course, speaking of Tegan Jones, last week he stole the win at Talladega in a very wild finish. So, and of course, he is one of if not the best CFRL drivers of all time. So, do you think his momentum will continue tonight, especially since he's going to be looking for two in a row here, a season sweep here at
Yeah,
Bristol?
the four car momentum is always on the road. It's been on the road since Daytona. He's probably at that championship mindset since the first race in the season. He's going to continue it until that final race of the season. But right now, like you said, this is the round of the Gordon round. Three races: Bristol, Chicagoland, and the Roval. So I hope he continues his consistent streak here, and he's probably going to be up there fighting for a win again, like he was earlier this year.
Yeah, I definitely see that happening as well. But of course, we started with 10, and now we are down to 8. Of course, Jared Haw and David Wessel, their championship campaigns ended last week at Talladega. So now, if I can bring up the points here, if I may.
I believe when I was listening to the drivers talk before the race, the bottom two that I know are the 10 and Spencer.
All right, so
Glad you get that up. What do you think these two drivers need to do, especially with the 10? He had some promising races that he was probably going to win, like Richmond before he lagged out. Hey, short track. And I can't remember that. Oh, Kentucky, I think he was going to win, but he also lagged out again. What do you think is going through the 10's mind? Now, this is a short track. It's probably going to pay in his favor. He can get up there.
well, I would definitely say if his internet holds out, he definitely has a chance to get himself a good finish. But
Hmm.
yeah, interesting to see where things stand there.
And as we
And I'm
wait for
looking
you to
at
get the points, the seven as well. I think he's had a few good runs. I can't recall what he did at Bristol earlier this year, but like we was in the broadcast last time, we was in the booth together at the Indy Road Course, even though completely different track from Bristol. He could find us well up there, not getting too many drivers mad at him, and if he controls his anger, I think he can really find himself to get himself out the bubble for right now or under the cut.
yeah, definitely trying his best to stay out of the bubble. Because looking at the points, he's about 26 points above the cut line, but of course that could this was based on Talladega, so they haven't really reset everything yet, at least here on the Discord. Yeah, but yeah, if he's not below the cut line, he's definitely on the bubble, and he can't really afford like any bad races at all for the
Right.
next 4 weeks, because of course we have Bristol tonight, then Chicagoland next week, and then we have an off week, I believe, for Labor Day, and then after
Yeah.
that we'll conclude it. We'll conclude the Gordon round at the Charlotte Roval. So another road course in the playoffs should be hopefully be up Spencer's wheelhouse.
Indeed. But if he can't really find that, I think his best positive action is to get as many points as he can as stage points. So we'll see how that turns out. I think it's 250. I don't know if you correct me if I'm wrong in the laps today. Maybe even 200.
Believe it
Oh,
is.
great.
I believe it is 250 laps because it is a 50% race.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we're gonna have to rely on Michael Fox's broadcast tonight since it doesn't look like Whitman is streaming at all. Yeah,
We'll
looks like
probably
he's not.
start soon. Trying to listen to see when can we join or not.
Oh yeah, we can join now.
All right. In case the broadcast didn't see, let's go through the qualifying order. Last week's, I believe he finished third place. Kevron, the 37, is on the pole, followed by Tegan Jones of the 4, Bradley of the 48, Spencer of the 7, Michael Fox in the 42, Whitman in the 9, Ryan Parsons in the 14, JC back from his suspension in the 6, Matt Carnes in the 43 is 9, Kamal Wright in the 10 is 10th, and
I
that is
believe,
it for
I believe that's it. So everybody is guaranteed a top 10 finish.
Yeah.
And now
Everyone is getting stage points.
And we might have to, yeah, they're probably going to slow it down to a crawl to make sure that everybody gets in line. And it looks like we might have to take an extra lap. Or maybe not. All right, the green flag is out now. Go get them at the last great Coliseum. Or wait, not yet. So they are.
We are taking another pace lap.
Yeah, we are taking a pace lap. So everything is minus 1 lap, I would say. Yeah, everybody is slowing down to a crawl. And stopping.
Probably most likely take another pace unless they can get going here.
Somebody might have been ghosted as well. All right, now we're doubled up. Get ready to go. Who's going to make it to the Earnhardt round? Go get them, boys.
All outside. Hold your line.
Well, they just crossed the line to take lap 9, and already we've seen a little bit of action in the back of the pack with JC Tirado, Matt Connors, and Ryan Parsons in the 14. They all got together coming off of turn 4. They found themselves into a wall.
The race, the 14 does not want to see any problems as of right now. But we also saw the 4 car take the lead. I don't know. I'm kind of confused on why the 37 did not choose the high side, considering here this is Bristol.
Of course, Tegan Jones making his presence felt early. Of course, he's looking to get the season sweep here.
Yeah, it was like almost a second gap to the 48 car, and then you got the 9, the 42, and 37 has fall back to looks like 5th.
Yeah, Kevin Hall in the 37, he's dropped down to 5th, but still in a good spot to get himself some stage points, which could definitely help him out. Alright, so
stage is 62 to 63.
Yeah, the stage is 62 to 63. The pace speed will be 55 miles an hour. Of course, as always, call out when you're pitting and come. You might have to be careful for that. And one important, I would say, aspect of racing at short tracks like this, as well as New Hampshire, is wall popping. Now, of course, if you've seen the midweek race at New Hampshire, you definitely know a thing or two about wall popping, or at least Spencer Boyce definitely knows a thing or two about wall popping.
Giving me a little PTSD.
Yeah, and you got to make sure that you don't do that, because it is an illegal move in the CFRL. And anybody that gets caught wall popping, and this is coming from what Kevin Hall posted in the Talk Round channel on the Discord server, anybody caught wall popping has to eat Spencer Boyce's ass.
We'll see if he likes that message, but we got a battle for second, and it looks like the 9 car is going to complete the pass for second place on his teammate on the 48.
And Michael Whitman making a pretty big move, and now the other Michael, the 42 of Michael Fox, is trying to follow him through as well.
Kind of saw Bradley almost gaining a little bit those last 2 laps, but the 9 car feels like he has a better car to get around and try to get to the 4 car pretty early.
Yeah, but he has built, I would say, a 1-turn gap over the 9 of Michael Whitman. So he's definitely got his work cut out for him.
These guys don't want to get too racy and let them pull away even more, or even cause a stack up here early in the stage. And tires are going to mean something by the end of this stage.
We still have about 40 laps to go in the stage. It sounds like a lot, but when you're racing at a short track like this, 40 laps goes by really quick.
Yeah. The 7 car looks like he's trying to make a move on the 37. The 9 car gets the wall there, all 4.
And this is a battle for 5th.
Still
contact between the 37.
Oh.
Contact between the 37 and the 7. It looked like Kevin Hall got loose off of turn 2.
Pretty great save by the 7, but look, here comes the 10. Starting from the back, now he's trying to pass for 5th on the 7.
And now Kamal Wright takes the top 5 spot away. Well, yeah, and pretty much like I said at the top of the show, there's no specific point in the race where guys are going to be moving each other, and yeah, they're going to move each other all race long, I feel.
With the back of your mind, you think, do you want to make an enemy right now and rather race to race at the end? Because you know they get a move from you, they're going to do the same thing back. Probably even worse.
Well, you do have a point there.
Now the 42 is trying to get to pass the 48. It looks like he's going to stick back in line.
And Michael Fox trying every which way to get around Bradley. He got his nose in there.
Works.
He got his nose in there, but look at Kamal Wright making the move up high. Oh, Bradley got into the wall.
That's what it takes at this track at Bristol.
Fox got his nose in there again. He got loose. And Fox is around. Oh, and Connors hits him, and he's rolling over. Caution is out.
Caution is out.
So it looks like what happened there is that Fox, he got 2 wheels onto that apron and that transition onto the straight. And that spun him around, and Matt Connors just had nowhere to go.
That's something you don't want to do too early in the races. Get yourself in some trouble. You have to work your way back through the field. And the 48 looked like he was kind of loose, still trying to give his respected room to the 42. The 42 just got too low, like you said.
Yeah, I'm looking at his stream now, and it looks like he might have gotten forced down a little bit by Bradley, and then he just spun it out, and it was actually Kevin Hall that hit him first, and then Connors had nowhere to go, and of course pit road is open, everybody is in, so we shall see who has the first pit stall to see who wins the race off, and it looks like it might be the 8 of JC Torado. We shall see. And yes, it is.
A lot of adjustments being made to these cars. It's been, like 20, 30 laps. Already information you think you need on your car. You can do it now and then change it at the end of the stage.
And Michael Whitman wins the race off. How about that?
I think the 4 car got caught speeding him because he's still in pit road. He's rolling off now.
Yeah, Tegan sped. He got himself a speeding penalty coming in, so yeah, that's definitely what caused it. And of course, Whitman.
Car.
All right, so looks like everybody is doubled up. Yeah, we are going to take another pace lap. So, and it is Michael Whitman taking the high side for the restart. You probably saw what Tegan Jones did, and he's trying to replicate it.
Smart move by the 9, trying to get this lead early, get some stage points. But I also like it for his 10 car. He's made his way up here, even taking an advantage. Him and the 9 of the Ford speeding, and now the 4 and the 42 have to make their way back up there.
They're hitting the Geico restart zone. The green flag's out, back on their way at Bristol, and it looks like it was a bit even between the 9 and the 10. But Whitman gets that better run off the corner.
The 7 car alongside the 10, all 4 still side by side for second.
Looked like Bradley got into the wall off of 4. They are still side by side for second.
The 7 car with the dominant lane. Looks like he's going to get the pass on the 10 for second place.
So Spencer Boyce moves to second. And everybody's running single file now. And Tegan Jones, he restarted last. He's already up to 7th, and now he's making the move on Kevin Hall for 6th.
Very frustrated. Tegan Jones behind the wheel, did not like giving up the lead, especially speeding coming down pit road.
Yeah, but it looks like he has a fast enough car to where he can probably try to take the lead away from Michael Whitman before this stage is all said and done. And we have about 23 laps to go, coming to 22 laps to go in the stage.
So you're trying to find a way around this 9 car. He's getting good runs, and no, the 9 throws a little block.
Spencer Boyce in the 7.
Calling the Ross Chastain the lead. He can be aggressive sometimes.
Of course, he is the.
This is a time to get.
Of course, he is the 2-time defending winner of the CFRL's Ross Chastain Award for the most aggressive driver. And based on what we've seen out of him this season, I say that three-peat is very much a lock.
Yeah, that three-peat is loading up. As he gets a good run, Michael's going to hold him off too.
And Tegan Jones has gotten around Ryan Parsons for 5th.
If I'm any one of these cars from Bradley on up, I'm not looking in my mirror because you got a charging 4 car.
Yeah, you're just having to worry about that 9 in front of you. And now look at Tegan Jones making the move up high on Bradley for 4th.
And now the 10 looking for a second place back.
But Spencer got the better run off. The stack up. Kamal Wright, it looked like he either got loose or hit the wall coming off of turn 4, so the caution is going to be out once again. And this will be the race back, and now Tegan Jones is up to 3rd.
From last to 3rd, from that caution to now, caution's out again. Do you think someone's gonna, I don't know how many laps are left. I don't know if you take 2 here, but stage points are on the line here.
Looks like there will be
destined to do it.
They'll be coming to 15 laps to go in the stage. So pit road is open, and everybody's coming in once again.
The second caution this stage already getting crazy. It's kind of early, but I think caution bring caution. We're going to see so many more cautions after this.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
And the 43.
And Matt Connors will win the race off of pit road. It looks like he took 2 tires only.
And now the speeding police came out again. The speeding police gets the 7 car this time.
Spencer Boyce. And he gets caught speeding this time. So now he's going to have to restart in the back. Everybody's here. The green flag's out. Back underway. And Whitman got a great jump, and so did the 4.
Oh, they're 3 wide already. Let's get a listen to this radioactive for the hitter into the stage.
Here comes Tegan Jones making the move on Michael Whitman for the lead. He got his nose in there, but it looks like Whitman will have the better line off.
That all bonus score from winning the stage, it matters here. 1 point.
Oh, Tegan hits the wall. Tegan Jones hit the wall, and Fox thought about making the move up high, but he got squeezed into that wall as well.
Well, some chaos is going in the back there. You don't want to be back there. 2 and 3 wide. Some people, not 2 and 3 wide. Some people hitting the wall, bouncing off the wall, still trying to give people room since it's a narrow track.
As we now have 8 laps to go in the stage. And of course, the pits are closed with 2 laps to go in it. Now Tegan Jones is trying to make another charge.
He's trying to get the 9 to look in his mirror to maybe try to make a mistake here and pounce on the charge.
And of course, if these two end up getting together, the 42 of Michael Fox will definitely be there to take advantage of it.
I think the 4 car is too smart to maybe wreck himself and cost him the 9 points. But like I said a few minutes ago, that one bonus point can matter in this round of the Gordon round. The 4 is trying to get to the outside. The 9 closes the door. 4 car gets a run down the backstretch, still peeking to that high lane. The 9 is not giving him any room up there, not trying to make him pass.
I believe this is 3 laps to go. Yes, now it's 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go in the stage. Deegan Jones right there on the back bumper of the 9.
He's getting runs off the corner, but the 9 is not giving him the lane that he wants. Coming to 1 to go in the stage.
Yeah, white flag's out. Final lap in the stage. Deegan Jones has 1 more chance to get max stage points. Oh, he's diving it in there. He's got a little contact between the 4 and the 9. Oh, it looks like a dead even at the line, and it looks like Michael Whitman will take the stage win.
That might be the closest stage win ever in this league that I ever saw.
Well, I think it has to be
like a Kansas finish. Kansas finish from the real life NASCAR. Has 10 drivers on here, and all these drivers will get stage points. Before coming back from his speeding penalty, finishing second to 42 with third. 14 of Ryan Parsons with fourth.
Yeah, fourth. Bradley fifth. Kevin Hall sixth. Kamal Wright 7th, Matt Connors 8th, Spencer Boyce 9th, and JC Torado 10th. So, and of course, that is the whole field, since there's only 10 cars, so everybody's getting stage points tonight. So pit road is open, and it looks like everybody's going to be filing on in.
Let's see if this speeding police is going to get someone again. They already got 2 people these first 2 cautions.
Will we be 3 for 3? As we shall wait and see who wins the race off, and it is Michael Whitman winning the race off of pit road, and Michael Fox taking second.
And going with the top once again to start the final stage of this race.
Now, if we do go green this time, Harris, I do want you to put the race chat up to your microphone, because it is, yep, and it is because it is time to crank it up. So it's getting choppy, they say.
Already, tempers flaring, the 8 and the 7. Yeah, they're kind of beef at Pocono, where the 8 wasn't too happy with the 7. And now
it looks like Toronto put Spencer Boyce in the wall. And speaking of which, it was Kevin Hall that just spun around coming off of turn 4. Now, of course, it's a 1-car incident, so we stay green.
That's not the start you want to have as a playoff driver for the 37. Especially with no more stages, you got to pray for a caution at this point.
It looks like the 10 and the contact between Kamal Wright and Ryan Parsons. So put Kamal Wright up to 4th.
A lot of beating and banging. Sometimes you have to do that just to get a spot. If it's on accident or even on intended, sometimes it just has to happen.
Meanwhile, we have the battle out front. The two Michaels and Tegan Jones. And it looks like Kamal Wright's trying to get involved in this fight as well.
A good day for that 10 is any positive points to get himself out from under that cut. Finished 7th in the stage, I believe. Now he's up to 4, looking to pass 3 more cars if he can.
And Michael Whitman, he's doing a great job at defending all the charges from behind. Or does he feel like he should have won the spring race here if it weren't for the room reset? So we could see a little bit of a redemption from the 9. Oh, looks like the caution is out.
Caution for lag. Yep. 7 car is lagging. Looks like he got someone. Pit road is going to be closed. Passing by right now.
So the caution is out once again. This will be the 3rd on-track caution tonight. This time it's a lag caution.
37. You're kind of happy that caution flew out. His last race, I think he had damage too.
Yeah, so that is definitely something that Kevin Hall wanted to hear. Pit road's open and everybody's coming in.
Getting ready to have another chaotic restart once these guys come out of pit road. It's not even halfway yet, and we've got a lot of tempers flared. And cautions look like they're about to come rolling down the hill. Are you 3 ready? 3 cautions in, I don't know how many laps, or what lap we're on.
I don't think we're done with cautions as Michael Whitman wins the race off of pit road once again. The top 3 positions remain unchanged. Actually, the top 4 positions remain unchanged. It looks like everybody is here, so we might go green this time.
8 car, yeah.
Not quite yet. So we're gonna take another pace lap. And Michael Whitman once again taking the high line on the restart. Of course, he is the leader, so he does get to choose where he restarts.
It's the advantage being the leader to choose what lane, especially if the lane is going to be dominant throughout the race. Coming to the restart zone yet again.
So it is a
non-car.
So it's the Mike and Mike show on the front row as the green flag is out, and we are back underway at Bristol. A very even restart from the 9 and the 42, but it looks like the 9 is going to get the better line. But look at Kamal Wright making the move for second.
And that 10 car has been a car to keep the eye on. They're 3 wide back there. And
a little bit more contact between the 8 and the 43. It looked like they kept it straight, so we stay green.
The 10 car with the advantage on the high side, restarting 4th, gets up to 2nd, coming off 2.
Now Kamal Wright's looking like he has the car to win. As we see Spencer Boyce
we
down
have
on the apron. Another lag caution.
Lag caution, and it is 4-7.
So the second lag caution tonight and the fourth overall. And both the lag cautions were because of Spencer Boyce. So, pits row is open, and Tegan Jones hitting from fourth.
The top three stay out. Tires are an advantage here. You know, even 1% makes a difference in pit stops with times and how your run goes. But you got to think of these guys who stayed out. They think more cautions are going to come, and maybe they can pit the next time they come around, or
and Matt Connors
save the tires here.
And Matt Connors wins the race off of pit road, and Kevin Hall takes fifth.
A lot of two tires.
Yeah, a lot of two tires, and yeah, JC Tirado was the third one off.
Now I really think
so
this
it looks
is
like
chaotic here.
It looks like both Bradley Domer Jr. and Tegan Jones got caught speeding.
The speeding police is not playing with anyone today.
So
this now.
Yeah, this is the second speeding penalty for Tegan Jones, and I believe it is the fourth overall because Bradley got nabbed as well.
Spencer the 4-car twice, and Bradley has all been caught this race. Looks like we're gonna go this time, buys. Everyone's caught up.
Yeah, everybody's doubling up. Taking the outside again for the restart. So now Tegan Jones once again having to work his way from the back. And it looks like because of his lag, Spencer Boyce is going to be starting at the tail end.
And once again, we're going to be going green. Coming to the restart zone.
Yeah, we're back underway. And Whitman got a great jump.
Get a good restart.
And Michael Whitman got a great jump.
And 10 immediately gets stuck. Clear to 43. Here comes the 42 side by side with the 43. They make contact.
Yeah, Connors got into the wall, and that's going to allow Fox to take third away. So it looks like the 4-tire strategy is looking like the better option.
If you're those 4-tire guys, I do not want to be caught up behind these guys who have 2 tires. I'm going to get pretty frustrated. I think some people are going to start getting moved.
Yeah, and the 2 tire takers are causing a bit of a roadblock from fourth on back, allowing the top 3 to pull away.
See the 37 trying to work on the 43. The 9-car hits the
wall. Contact between the 10 and the 9. And Kamal Wright gets taken out. He keeps it going. We stay green. So now it's Mike and Mike at Bristol once again.
A small mistake for the 9. Pays a big price for the 10. He goes from second to 9th.
Yeah, it looks like if I can bring up the Fox's stream here. Yeah, Michael Whitman got into the wall. He came down and made contact with Kamal Wright. And Wright got the worst of it. But now look at Tegan Jones. He's up to third.
He's pretty frustrated on the radio. Those 2 tires stop, guys. Holding up, like you said earlier, holding up these guys who are, some are playoff, some are just trying to be out there and race. But you got to feel it for Tegan. He's been nabbed for speeding twice, and now he has to come up through the field once again. And now look at the gap between the 42 and the 4. Second gap looks like the 14 is behind the 4. Then you got the 37, 48, 7, 8, and the 10.
And I think Tegan Jones might actually be gaining on the top 2.
With the fresher tires, think they should be there in about 5 laps, and he's gaining a lot.
Yeah, but he does have some pressure from the 14. His teammate, Ryan Parsons.
How nice does the 14 play? Does he follow and let the 4 lead him up there? Like the 4 is reporting damage. I believe it's probably on his nose.
Yeah, that's definitely going to affect his handling. And I think that might be the reason he hasn't really been gaining as much on the top 2 as he would have liked.
Angry 4 car on the radio, I can tell you from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. Meanwhile, it is still Whitman and Fox, the top 2.
Like you stated earlier, Whitman was in control of this race earlier this season before the lobby lagged pretty hard, forcing a restart, and now in the playoff race again, the 9 car is in control of this race. As the 4 car lets the 14 by. Maybe it can change his car, try to follow the 14 and hope the 14 can lead them up there.
And so Ryan Parsons now takes over 3rd. Yeah, Deegan Jones is definitely dealing with an ill-handling car because of that damage.
Yeah, it looks like the 14 is pulling steadily. He's already about to a 4-car gap and building. You can see how much tires make a difference. You already see that 14 getting bigger.
Yeah, the 14 getting bigger in the 42's rear mirror.
Already almost looks like 6 car lengths away from the 42. Gaining lap by lap. And it looks like he's there in a 42. Going to be on his bumper next time by.
All right, so I did get the confirmation that Whitman has gone live. So we'll be looking at his stream from now on, which is par for the course when it comes to broadcasting the races on the main channel. And now Parsons is there. Parsons is there.
The 4 car will definitely lack of caution because he's been a favorite. Can definitely try to be second right now, but you know that damage is just hurting him. He can't go nowhere.
Either that or wait until green flag pit stops.
But that's also going to cost you probably a second or 2 of damage or even a longer pit stop. It's like the 42 is trying to make a move on the 9, and the 9 is closing the door. The 42.
He's going to try a pie now. Yeah, but that's going to allow Ryan Parsons to stick his nose in there. But he thinks better of it.
14 trying to get a run off 4. Doesn't make a move down low. If I'm the 14, I'm going to try to be aggressive as possible, especially these 2 guys are on the much older tires than these guys behind them that pitted.
Of course, they're trying to hold on to that precious track position.
Trying to stay out as long as they can before the green flag pit stop starting to cycle through.
And Parsons still trying every which way to get around Michael Fox for second. And he's still trying to dig in deep.
9 car is doing a good job blocking off the better line leading this race. As we stated at the start of this broadcast, you don't want to make any enemies right now, midway through the race.
And now Spencer Boyce having to deal with his lag and starting in the back because of it and causing the last 2 cautions because of it. He's now running in 6th. Right behind him is the 10 Kamal Wright.
You know, the 10 car has to be a little upset, even though it's not the 9's fault. You know, he was second. He could have been riding behind the 9, or like he's doing with the 42 is doing, trying to find a way around the 9. But he's caught up a lot. Looks like he's trying to make a pass from the 7 and coming off 2. But stays behind. Like Bradley popped.
Oh, Parsons.
The 14 off.
Yeah, the 14 got the wall. And now the top 3 is really pulled away from the rest of the field. It looks like we have a 4-car battle for 4th.
I think the 14 is saving tires.
Bradley.
These 2 knowing he can make it along. Oh.
Bradley forced Teagan up high. They're side by side for 4th. And Bradley clears him. And we have now officially crossed the halfway mark.
Reports of the 48 lagging. That's going to slow them up even more.
So now Bradley Domer Jr. having to deal with internet problems.
Now the 14 has made a way past the 42 to get second, and now his eyes are set on the 9 car.
All right, Ryan Parsons, he's now up to second. And those fresher tires are doing wonders for him.
Fine this time, trying to see where the 9 makes a mistake, where he can pounce and take the lead before these green flag pit stops start to happen. The longer the run, you know the 9 is going to get a little looser since you pitted at the last caution, and he didn't.
Yeah, Parsons is definitely the fastest car on track right now. But even without coming to pit road and taking tires, the 9 and the 42 are definitely still hanging with them.
Very great job from these 2 drivers. And I think I also heard the 48 has nose damage, just like the 4. That's not going to help that group right there any much more.
I'm sure pretty much everybody from 4th on back has some kind of damage affecting their race cars.
14 trying to build his run off the corner. Doesn't look like he's going to make a move going to 3. How quick do you make your move? Do you make it now, or do you just wait till the 9 pits? We know that undercut is pretty a big advantage, but on the long run, it does not help your case if you don't have a good car.
Whitman definitely has a good car at the moment, as he's still running out front. Parsons is definitely faster. He got a run off of 2, but he just got blocked.
You gotta start thinking to yourself, the 9's been holding off a lot of people just doing this, being like kind of in the middle high, and if anyone gets a run, he blocks it off. Try to get him to go. Oh my God, no, my bad. Holy. I'm trying to go low to see if I can try to chase the 9 up without putting him in the wall, but that's kind of hard to do here since, you know, probably one tap is going to put him up into the wall.
And they might have to start dealing with some lap traffic in a little bit as they're coming up on the 8 of JT Tirado.
Only one car, so I'm sure he will get out the way once the leaders get on his bumper.
Yeah, they're getting close to that 8 now. And I definitely get out of the way.
The 8 in the wall. And he does. Oh, thought he was about to wreck, and he is wrecking.
He is wrecking, but at the same time, he gets out of the way.
He's out the way. The 9 hits the wall again off the same spot earlier when he made contact with the 10 off 2.
But this time he kept it
center of the corner.
But this time he kept it a little bit straighter than the last time.
On the 14, I'm hoping to push him into that mistake once again. They'll try to take the lead.
But it looks like Parsons might have grazed the wall a little bit.
As we've been staying for this last 20 to 30 laps, Nine has been holding off this charging 14 with fresher tires pretty well with his old tires. Soon, I think you get like 60 some laps of fuel, maybe more. I can't recall, but should be seeing pit stops in about 10 to 20 laps.
And now that Whitman is live, and he more than likely has the race audio on his stream, I think we'll go ahead and do another little crank it up for you while we have a bit of downtime. So let's do it. Whew. Oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah, now get loose. That fucking figures.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, well, you kind of heard it on the radio there. Egan Jones obviously still very frustrated with how his car is handling.
That damage is playing a big role. He's not going to be too happy. He's probably losing 2 seconds. But again, you also pointed out probably those guys around 4th to 8th has damage. So it's all troubling for them right now once the green flag pit stop start.
So we have
He's broken away from that pack too a little bit.
So we have less than 100 laps to go, and it's looking more and more likely that the winner of this race will be one of the top 3. Barring any room resets because of astronomical lag.
The 9 car does not want to see that again.
And I don't think anybody other than Tegan Jones wants to see it again. And they have now hit 160. So we have 91 laps to go. And again, even though it's 90 laps to go now, it sounds like a lot, but really, because it's a short track, they're going to be 90 laps is going to go by really quick.
And I believe they have to make one more pit stop. I'm not too sure how much fuel they get, but one stop for these guys this race, and they can move to the end.
I think it's more so tires than fuel.
Yeah. Do they try to stretch it out in pit once, or I think it's too damaging to pit twice? It's probably too far to think there.
I think Whitman might actually stretch it. Because he has won a few races on pit strategy this season.
That is one thing about Whitman. He can time these strategies pretty perfectly, even when the window opens. He's probably one of the first guys, or not, top 3 to pit.
Oh, looks like I might be hearing something about lag from the 7.
From the 7 and the 10, I haven't heard no word on if it's going to be a lag caution or not. Probably
no,
not.
Kamal Wright is out. He is lagged out once again.
Yep, I see his car on pit road there. That's something the team car did not want. It definitely had a good car to try to gain some points. That's just unfortunate. He's going to lose points.
And the 8 of JC Torado is also out.
8 cars remain this race.
Yeah, definitely Michael Whitman, Ryan Parsons, or Michael Fox is going to win this race.
Yeah. 3 best cars. Just taking advantage of people having damage. And you have to do what it is, whatever it is, to just get yourself in a position to get closer to win the race. And the 9 car's on the bottom, and he's going to go into pit road.
Yep, green flag pit stops have started, and Michael Whitman's the first one on. Well, actually, Kevin Hall's the first one on.
Oh, I did not see the 37 pit.
Yeah, the 4 and the 7 join him. So now that puts Ryan Parsons up into the lead, or no, Michael Fox into the lead.
Oh.
So Michael Fox is actually... Of course, Michael Fox, he has gotten back around Ryan Parsons, but well, now he's coming in. As is the 14 and the 48.
The 9 car is exiting pit road. So it was the 4 and the 7. Let's see how much of a gap can that 9 build. The 14 and the 42 was right on his bumper before he pitted. Let's see where they come out.
Where he has to go around one more time.
Yeah.
And it looks like he might retake the lead. Yeah, there's the 42 and the 14 coming out now. And Whitman retakes the lead. Oh, and he has built an even larger gap now.
Like we said, that an undercut is something, especially if you. Oh, the caution's out. I think.
Not quite yet. Oh, looks like
it is.
Yeah, caution is out. Probably for another lag caution.
The 43 is the race leader.
Yeah.
And the 9 car is going to be the lucky dog. Even though I believe the 43 is going to pit here. Everyone's going to get a wave around.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Because I did not see Matt Connors come on the pit road. Or at least he hadn't made a stop yet. So, yeah, pretty much everybody. So that's going to throw the strategy for a loop. So Tegan Jones is coming back in. And now Michael Whitman taking advantage of it. And now he's coming in for fresh fuel and tires.
Everyone takes their wave around and they cannot pit, but it's kind of good for some of these guys. They've already pitted, but you saw how well the 9 held off the field, not pitting at that last caution before this one. And now these guys with the wave around have to go to the back.
So Matt Connors will be the first one off.
The 9 car will have to start tail end of the field, I believe.
Yeah, tail end of the longest line.
Oh, that. All right, and now I've got it's the 43, the 4, and then the 9. Then you have the 42, 14, 48, 7, 37 to round out the field. This play is pretty great in the 4 car's hands. Having damage, being 5th, couldn't go nowhere. And now the caution comes out and finds himself 2nd now with no damage.
Actually,
another restart and another chance to win this race.
Actually, Michael Whitman is shown as 2nd and Tegan Jones is in 9th.
Oh.
So this is going to be a very interesting restart with the field all jumbled up. The green flag's out, back underway at Bristol. Looks like Tegan Jones trying to unlap himself.
He does get cleared of 43. Now the 9.
But here comes Michael Whitman. He's going to try to retake the lead. Oh, contact between the 43 and the 9.
The 9 looking to regain his race lead. Can he get cleared of 43 going into 1? Coming off 2.
And he will clear Matt Connors.
Here comes the 42 trying to do the same thing as the 9.
So now Tegan Jones is back on the lead lap. Yeah, but he's got plenty of work to do.
Yeah, when the 43 makes contact off to the wall in 2, the 42 is now going to take 2nd place away from him.
And then now here comes Ryan Parsons trying to take 3rd away. Well, there is still plenty of time left in this race for anything to happen.
Yeah.
And now here comes Ryan Parsons trying to take 3rd away up high.
He gets the pass done. Looks like he's going to be clear.
Oh, Bradley hits the wall.
Oh.
The contact between him and the 7. And Parsons clears Connors. So now Parsons up to 3rd.
as we're coming to getting close to lap 190. As when they come to the line on this time by, this will be lap 190 out of 250.
Yeah, so 61 laps to go. Yeah, but here comes Michael Fox. He had a run going into turn 2, but he kind of lost it coming out of it.
Michael shows you stated earlier. Looks like these guys are gaining on the car as well a little bit.
Yeah, they might be gaining a little bit on him. Especially if they're running nose to tail like the way they've been doing.
And, here comes the 14 as well. These three guys have been the top three majority of the second half of this race.
But it is still Michael Whitman running out front.
Is getting big runs, as you said. Now, with a pick right here, I don't know, what do? If you're the 9, do you try to get around the 4 immediately, or do you just stay behind him and defend off the 42?
It's definitely a very interesting predicament. Yeah, but the 9 is there.
As these top 3 guys again built a big gap from 4th place. He's holding off the 48 for 4. You know, maybe the 48 is a little ticked off. He can't get it around. Maybe he can get a better car. But we both thought bumpers going to be made this race. And, never mind. The 48 is making a move on the 43 now.
Contact between Connors and Domer Jr. It looks like Bradley takes the spot. And now Spencer Boyce. He takes 5th away. And now Kevin Hall takes 6th.
As
the 9 is still
a correction. I don't think the 10 lagged out, because he's still in the race chat, and there's only 1 dot on Whitman's screen that I've seen, but we don't see the 10.
Yeah, I think it might be kind of similar to what we had at Texas, where it was where I thought Michael Fox was the one that lagged out, but he's still in the race.
But the 10 still looking to get points. I don't know where he is. Can't see on Whitman's screen, and he's trying to pass the 4 here, and look at the 14 making a move on a 42 for 2nd place.
I think that might be what Tegan's doing. He's holding up Whitman to allow Parsons to catch up, and yeah, he's definitely catching up now as Parsons got in the wall and made contact with the 42.
Cost him a little time there. The 9 can kind of breathe a little bit, see what the 14 can gain here from that mistake.
I think that might be what, again, like I said, what Tegan's doing. He's holding up Michael Whitman to allow Ryan Parsons to catch back up.
That's why I think bumpers may be made. I know he's a lap car, but, helping a teammate is one thing. I don't care what you do, but that 9 car is going to get frustrated just staying behind the 4, knowing he can pull away from the 14. Going to 3, he's looking under the 4. The 4 is closing the door.
We have 42 laps to go.
The 14 is gained time back from the incident with the 42. Can he take advantage of his 4-car teammate helping him, holding up the 9 a little bit?
They're going to be coming to 38 laps to go. So yeah, something similar with, Kamal Wright lagging out, but not really. It happened in Texas where, it looked like Michael Fox in the 42 lagged out, but in actuality, he was still in the race.
Crazy scenery here is his playoff was still up. I don't know what position again. We don't know what position he's in. I think he is behind the 7. He's right on the 7:48 looks like. On track, just don't know what spot. Back to the lead here. The 9 car is still trying to find a way around this 4 car. But maybe his eyes need to start looking up and looking at the 14.
And of course, Michael Whitman is the race leader. And Tegan Jones trying to avoid going a lap down. It looks like Parsons smacked the wall off of 4. But he's still hanging with the 9.
I think that 9 is getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, 31 to go. Coming to 30.
As reports of the 9 having damage.
Oh, that's definitely gonna throw a wrench into their works. And I believe he might have gotten that damage from either when he hit the wall one of the times or got front end damage from hitting Tegan Jones's rear bumper, trying to get by.
Definitely, if that's how it happened, he's going to be a happy camper. He's been dominating this race and looks like he might come short once again. The 14
yeah, but
looking
Whitman
to make a move.
Of course, Whitman still has a very good setup in his car, so he might still be able to hang on here, but we shall see what happens there.
The 14 was like scraped the wall off 4 a little bit. Then it cost him any time.
Now 25 laps to go. Coming to 24.
They're one of these top 3 guys what do you do here? Is the closing laps are getting closer? The white flag is going to be here in probably about 5-10 minutes time. If you're the 9, do you move the 4? If you're the 14, do you try to hurry and taking advantage of the 9 being held up by the 4? Still a few laps in hand left to make the decision, but you can't just make a decision. Or I mean, you can make a decision, but you can't wait to make a decision. Kind of have to make up your mind now. The 9 still.
As we now have 21 laps to go.
Car's built a little gap between him and the 9.
We now have 20 to go.
Which one of these playoff guys is going to be the first guy to lock themselves into the next round?
The next round being the Earnhardt round.
Safe haven from Chicagoland and that Tetris track of the Charlotte Roval. We don't have to worry about anything. It was like the 14. He's gaining a little bit as these two are catching the 4 a little bit after the 4 built maybe a car and a half, 2-car gap.
But Whitman still cannot get around him.
He might move him pretty soon. He's under the 4 car now. Going into the 3. Can he get it clear? No,
Not
4.
quite yet. Now he gets clear. With 15 laps to go, Michael Whitman has gotten around Tegan Jones. Put the 4 lap down. So now he has a clear track in front of him. But he does have damage and maybe an ill-handling car and a hard-charging Ryan Parsons behind him.
And oh, he makes a mistake going into 3, hitting the wall.
Yeah, but he's still hanging on to the lead. 13 to go. It's still not over yet.
Time is ticking and try to make a move on a 9.
11 to go.
11 to go.
Yeah, he's there. He's there, though. Now we have 10 laps to go.
The 9 car looking for redemption. The first Bristol race. Dominant again in the playoff race.
And now Michael Fox.
9 more laps to do it.
And Michael Fox now gets around Tegan Jones. 9 laps to go, and Michael Whitman is driving the race of his life. Trying to keep that 14 behind him.
14 building pretty good runs. And maybe testing when can he try to maybe move him or get a good run off the corner, get side by side with him.
Seven laps to go. He's starting to run out of time.
14 searching for any run he could possibly get before this checkered flag waves in 6 laps.
And 6 laps to go in the race, and if you're going to cause a caution, you got to do it now, because they're coming to 5 laps to go, and that will mean no more cautions. And off of 4. Yep, 5 laps to go, no more cautions. So whatever happens, happens.
Coming to 4 to go. Here comes the 14. Searching. Getting a run.
He's trying to get that run up high. But Whitman holds him off.
Coming to 3 to go.
3 to go. We have coming to 2 laps to go now. We have about 1 mile left. 2 to go.
14. Ooh, he got a little loose. Oh, 4.
Parsons gets in the wall.
Too.
And now Michael Whitman has some breathing room as we're going to be coming to the white flag here at Bristol. And now Fox is trying to get him for second. White flag is out. Final lap at Bristol. When Parsons threw everything he had at the 9 of Michael Whitman, he held on, and he's going to get it. Michael Whitman gets redemption at Bristol.
Locks himself into the next round with this great performance. In the finishing order here.
Yeah, Michael Whitman wins. Ryan Parsons second, Michael Fox third, Bradley Domer Jr. fourth, and Spencer Boyce fifth. And yes, Kamal Wright was in the race still, even though it obviously does not look like that, but he ends up finishing in sixth.
An okay day from the 10, but pretty great job from this non-car. Pretty long race he had, especially thinking about what happened at the first Bristol race where, you know, he was in control once again. Something happened that wasn't under his control. But now he knows this playoff race meant much more, in especially winning. He had to get the job done, which he did.
And Kamal Wright gets the fastest lap.
Let's see, can we get Mr. Whitman in for an interview?
And we probably will. Yeah, and there he is, your race winner, Michael Whitman. You got your redemption arc from the spring race here, but this time it locks you into the Earnhardt round. How does it feel getting, I would say, that monkey off your back from the spring race here?
Definitely feels good. Thank you, Kylo. Yeah, I really wanted the one in the spring. Unfortunately, it didn't go my way. Some things happened in that one. And I was really concerned there for a little bit that, you know, it wouldn't go my way again with what was happening there in the last stage. I'm not sure. I won't get into that. But just got to be positive about that. Had a great run. I don't know if I had the best car, but it was good enough nobody could pass me. I know it's a track position race. So there was a lot of guys that were pretty equally quick, I think. So whoever really got out front was going to have the best chance. I really didn't want that Matt caution that happened with him and Tegan and whatever went on there, because I fixed my damage and had a good stop anyway in the pits and was going to have a relatively good advantage over the chasers behind me. So I was not hoping for that caution. It actually kind of worked out because I got the free pass. I was the only guy to be able to pit and be on the lead lap other than Matt, and I knew I'd be able to get by Matt pretty quickly. So yeah, it was definitely a good run, just kind of survival, not making mistakes. I feel bad for Kamal. I got up into the wall and he got into the back of me after I ricocheted off. So yeah, I feel bad for that, but definitely a good night overall.
Yeah,
my bad, go ahead.
And was your decision to stay out on that second or third lag caution, was that the one that made the difference for you?
I don't know. I feel like I was kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. I thought if I pitted, fast guys behind me would stay out, that I don't know if I'd be able to get by. But honestly, I feel like just being in the front is what matters at Bristol. And I only had like 2% off my tires. I know that makes a difference, but um, like I wasn't too concerned. I thought more people would stay out. Honestly, when I saw everybody behind third pit, I was a little concerned for sure. But with how Bristol is the nature of the track, you're going to get guys that just have issues in the middle of the pack trying to get through and get damaged, and so it'll probably slow them up trying to get through. And I had the buffer of the two guys, thankfully, that stayed out also with me. So that definitely helped. I don't know if it was the move or the decision of the race, but it was definitely important for sure.
Definitely took what I was going to ask there, but I probably want to touch on something you probably said just a few minutes ago when you didn't want to address and don't want to start anything. But the four car was kind of holding you up, and I thought he would have got out your way, but kind of heard you getting frustrated over the radio saying, I think this might cost me the race, and if it did, he's going to be pretty upset, but it didn't. So take me through those last, I don't know how many laps I was behind, like 40 laps you was behind him.
I was
Yeah, so,
40, 50 laps behind him. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Obviously not ideal. I understand he had a bad race, and he was frustrated as well. And if a caution comes out, he's a lap down right there, and that kind of puts him back in the race. So I understand it from his perspective, um, but I felt like it went on for a little too long, and I was trying to be really patient with him because him and I have a lot of respect for each other on track, and I don't know if he was, you know, doing that knowing that I wouldn't hit him because I've sat behind him before for a win. So I've got obviously that's not for the win, but I definitely race him with a level of respect that's quite high. So I don't know if he was taking advantage of that, which if he is, I don't necessarily appreciate. But obviously, I understand his side of it. I get that he's trying to stay on to be the first car one lap down, so that if a caution comes out, he was very fast. So if a caution came out, he would have gotten back on the lead lap and probably would have made up a good amount of spots because he was going to be aggressive. But I was just really getting annoyed because it's his teammate behind me, um, and him holding me up for a bit there in front, and I was not trying to hit him ever, but he was slowing up the corners so much I got front end damage that made me pretty tight towards the end. So yeah, I'm not saying that that's what he was doing, was trying to help Ryan win. I understand why he was doing it. Obviously, it was frustrating for me. I guarantee if the roles were reversed, he would have been very, very mad. Um, so, yeah, I don't think it's anything that we'll dwell on. I think that we can just move forward and hopefully have a good run at Chicago.
Yeah, speaking of Chicago, that's where we're at next week. Of course, it was the Stewart Haas guys of Tegan Jones and Ryan Parsons that ultimately dominated that race the last time we were there. So, what's your game plan going into that, and how you're going to try to dethrone the Stewart Haas machine?
Yeah, just try to stay with that lead group if possible. The first Chicago race this year, Ryan had a little issue, and it kind of got me out of the draft. And I was just kind of fighting to just get back the whole time. Um, it was a mistake on his part, so obviously no ill will about that. It's a long time ago now, but just the main goal is to be able to stay with the lead group, if not be the leader of it. Because last year, if there wasn't fuel saving, I was the best car on the extra stop strategy, so I have a decent bit of confidence for Chicago. But I feel like that track kind of goes in cycles. But it's going to be a tough track to beat Tegan at, especially if he's motivated after this week. So um, just hoping for a good run. We've got our win. It'd be nice to get more playoff points uh, to make sure we're in a good spot for that final round before the final four. But yeah, just looking for a good run in Chicago.
Great job here. Dominating Bristol and getting the win to lock yourself in to the next round. Any more questions for you, Kylo? Let me see if I can...
Yeah, well, I think you've covered everything that you needed to cover, but Yeah, congratulations on your race win here at Bristol, and we'll see you next week at Chicagoland.
Thank you, fellas. I appreciate you doing this. Go Q's, Harris.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, so now we'll go ahead and bring in second place guy, that being Ryan Parsons. He had another really fast car, especially with that inverted strategy.
Yeah,
And
that caution,
he was the fastest car on the track, pretty much, but he just could not find a way around Michael Whitman.
As I said, you don't want to kind of get up into people this early, probably midway in the playoffs.
And there he is, your second place finisher, Ryan Parsons. You had the fastest car on the track late in the race, but every time you just got But every time you just got up to the 9, you just couldn't find a way around them. But did you think, you could have, forced him out of the groove to take advantage of, his misfortune?
He was just consistent. His line, I don't think I would have been able to really bump him because our gap was like 0.3, so I couldn't really get alongside of him. So I was just trying to get the runs on the top, and then if he would to miss the top, I would just jump on top and go and take off from there.
Pretty good race from you. I can't remember where you finished in the stage.
Fourth.
But how do you look going these last two races? Even though he had mixed fortune at Dega, going to this round, though, you wanted to start new. Finishing second place is pretty good. And as Ryan, as Harp asked just to Mike a few minutes ago, the Stewart Haas crew was pretty good at Chicago. What are your thoughts on going into Chicago? You think you can win going into this week, I think 4 of y'all had the best car from last Chicago race?
It'll be a wait and see if the same setup works this time around. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always loved Chicago. It's been my best track. Obviously finished second in the race, so I think I just need to keep the car clean there, and if I can just stay where I need to be, I should put myself in a very good position there.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens there, because you were very strong at Chicagoland the first time we were there. But yeah, congrats on your second place finish, and we'll see you next week at Chicagoland.
All right, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now we'll get the 42 of Michael Fox in here, because he got himself a third place finish. And I think I'll actually have to kind of search for him. Yeah, and there he is, your third place finisher, Michael Fox. You were another one of the very strong cars that was running in the top 3, but ultimately you weren't able to make the moves when you did. But do you think you could have had something for the 9 and the 14 there at the end?
I probably could have if it was easy to get around Mike. It was a bit hard to get around him, but then I had a Ryan behind me that he knew how to run the outside where he was like passing me. He seemed like he had the better car for out of all 3 of us, where he probably could have done that with Mike, but it didn't seem that easy. I mean, I probably could have had second at least. It would have been surprising if I could have got first, but third was all the best I could do for the stage and the race finish.
Pretty good start of the playoffs for you, last round winning the first race, and now going into this round with a third place finish, going into Chicagoland. Do you think you can try to get a win or even get match points better than this race to try to lock yourself in before the Roval? Because knowing the Roval is it's a tricky track. But again, you're one of those road course ringers I consider up there in this league. But let's just stick on Chicagoland. What are your thoughts about Chicagoland? Do you think you can win, or you just try to aim for points if you don't think you can get in victory lane?
I I think I can, but it might be a thing where I just might have to go for points and like probably try at least get the stage win if possible. At least lead a lap, get the best finishing points above all for stage in the race. And if I can't win, then I might have to try my luck at a Charlotte Roval. Just hope that
Yeah.
I have that luck at Chicago.
Well,
Eh,
we hope you do get that look at Chicago, but yeah, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Chicagoland.
it was all the best I could do, and I'll take it. Hmm.
Let's see if we
Yep.
can get one more. I think Bradley finished fourth.
Actually, two more because we interviewed the top five. So, and
Okay.
yes, the next one is Bradley Domer Jr. And he had a pretty up and down day, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, an up and down day and very quiet at the same time.
I think that's one of the days you want to have, especially if you can't get a lot of points. Just quiet day, get in the top five, rounding it out fourth there. We'll see what Bradley has to say on his thoughts throughout this race. He was one of those guys that midway in the race he had
Yeah,
damages.
yeah, and
Bradley
there he
joins us
is.
now.
And there he is, your fourth place finisher, Bradley Domer Jr. I would say you've had both an up and down day and a quiet day at the same time, but you got yourself a top five because of it.
Yeah, it's not my best performance at Bristol. It used to be my playground. Get it all?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, well, of course, that's all you have to say about that. Just, it's used to be your playground.
It used to be my playground. I do apologize for Matt. I used the up out of him on that
I
final
seen that
restart,
there.
but I had to go.
I understand. But I think midway through the race, probably 30 laps after stage for the first stage finished, I think you and a few drivers were reporting with damage. You saw the top three break away. I don't know how frustrating can that be. And with some people taking two, what was your thoughts on probably that? And also, how did you get that damage? Because I don't think I was on you when you got the
I
damage.
don't even know how I got the damage. All I know is I swapped over and it said I had front end damage, so I was plowing the rest of the night. I went 95% of the last few runs on front end damage and no turn. Although I had no turn all night. I don't know what the issue was. I used to be untouchable at Bristol, and now I'm just average.
Now, of course, we go to Chicagoland next week. I would say a pretty decent track for the Hendrick guys, and I know I asked Mike this earlier, but what is your game plan in taking down Tegan Jones and Ryan Parsons, who, of course, were the two dominant cars in the spring race?
Ryan's good there, but Ryan tends to make way too many mistakes and is too nice when it comes to certain drivers. Tegan, I just don't think you're touching him at Chicagoland. He's always been good there. I mean, Tegan's good everywhere, but I don't think anyone's going to touch him at Chicagoland.
Yeah, but it should be interesting to see where the rest of the Gordon round ends up. But yeah, congratulations on your fourth place finish, and we'll see you next week at Chicagoland.
Alrighty, thank you.
See ya, Bradley.
See you.
Now we have one more. And I'm going to be going to one of the NASCAR Heat Pro League schemes because our 5th place finisher is the 7 of Spencer Boyce. Yeah,
You can also say
definitely.
he had a quiet day too.
Yeah, definitely. A very interesting day for him, especially him running in mid to back of the pack for the entire time, as well as all that lag causing 2 of the cautions. Of course, I have to look up his Hailstorm account. And there he is, your 5th place finisher, Spencer Boyce.
What's up, boobs?
But yeah, another very interesting day for you, especially you've been hanging out in the mid back of the pack pretty much the whole race, and on top of that, you had to deal with the lag, bringing out a couple of the cautions.
Oh God.
So how did you? So how were you able to get yourself a top 5 finish tonight?
Just try my heart out and run the high line correctly without wrecking anyone because I was really loose on exit, which ultimately maybe hit ZX coming to check a flag, which I kind of feel bad about, but he was cool about it. Me and ZX are both racing our guts out. I will say that. And there was one time where I was second, but I spun a pit road before the stage ended. I was like, dang it. But I'm sure I was patient, but the lag was getting pretty ridiculous, and we almost had to reset the lobby because of it. So
I forgot I was going to ask. Let's go on to speed. Oh yeah, your speeding penalty. I think a few people got caught speeding. Well, not a few. I only think 3 of y'all got speeding.
Tegan was one of them.
Twice. Yeah, you and Bradley, but still seem to manage to get your way back into 5th. How's this motivate you for Chicagoland?
Chicagoland's a pretty easy mile and a half. I mean, I just hope no one stays single file. No one wants to pass each other. So I hope I go to good point stay at Chicago. I just gotta be at the right spot at the right time.
At the start of this broadcast, I was talking. Sometimes you can find yourself having a quiet day and having these good finishes. What is your car lack of? What do you think you need more in your car to probably say maybe run down Bradley or others?
Sorry about that. I'm talking to my girlfriend.
Did you hear the question asked, or do you mean repeat it?
Repeat it. Sorry.
So, at the start of the broadcast, I was saying, sometimes when you have your quiet days, you like to have a pretty okay finish. I like to say any top 5 finish is pretty okay. But what do you think your car lacked the most? What do you think you needed to catch the other 4 in front of you?
Better. I don't know what they had, but they had better better speed than me on the long run. Oh God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, my girlfriend was trying to pull me over. But anyways, I had nothing for the 9 and the 4 and the 14 because I was just stuck in the mid pack and I couldn't pass anyone. And I knew ZX had a fast car because he was able to pass me on the bottom. But I'll take 5th, my second best finish in the playoffs, because 4th in the Indian Roval.
Right. But pretty good job today. Great job. And we'll see you next week at Chicagoland, where that's the second race of this playoff.
And then Fontana this week for midweek.
Indeed we do. People can tune in and watch some midweek guys go for a championship as well.
You know it.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your top 5, and we'll see you next week at Chicagoland.
Thanks for broadcasting. Good night. Whatever.
Eat that ass, Spence. My bad.
No, if you do it first.
Oh, so you're saying you're going to eat that ass? Oh yeah. Wow.
Maybe if I win next
Well,
week. Wait, what? All right, good. See you later.
Have a good night, Spencer.
Yeah.
Entertaining guy.
And on that note, I think we will go ahead and call stream. First off, final thoughts on the race.
Didn't really go how I think we thought. I thought a lot of tempers would have been flared, maybe a lot of more bumping runs out the way, but I think everyone kept it pretty clean and respectful for the playoff guys, and kind of excited to racing at Chicago last time, and it was a draft in track position like Whitman said earlier when he got his interview. But we shall see how that plays out. And what do you think your thoughts was his race for his first round? Oh, not first round, second round.
Oh, I would definitely say, Michael Whitman, he got his redemption from the spring race. That's really all I have to say about that. And of course, it is Bristol, so it definitely lived up to my claims of it being a bull ring, for sure. So, very entertaining race there. But of course, on Wednesday will be the next race of the midweek series playoffs, and it will be at Auto Club, which sadly in the real world no longer exists as it is in here.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, but at least we'll still be able to race at Auto Club as it originally was.
But, pretty good race. Thanks for the people who tuned in. And as you touched on, they'll be streaming the Auto Club midweek race, and then we'll be back in a booth once again next Sunday at Chicagoland.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to join us on Wednesday night. Until then, we're out.